Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Command and Conquer 0 Hour. I thought I would take a break from all the BJJ videos. You know, I thought we would go back, do some 0 Hour.
Just checking that was recording properly.
We're recording properly, don't you worry,
Dude,
bro.
I love it. Because,
We are
This
professionals.
is going to be a long series. Yeah, break from the switch up in content. Dude, I love the BJJ video. And I was over East for 5 days during Christmas. And I was like traveling in the car, and then I get the notification, because I'm subscribed to the General Gentleman, like you should be. I got a notification. It's like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu video? I'm like, what is this? It's like, oh, General Gentleman, hell yes. And that was a very entertaining video. So that kept me going for 15 minutes of my car ride. Worth a watch, if you'd like to do that. But we are in the 0 hours today. Dominator is spotting in as our China infantry.
And Sexiee is the Toxin. This is the semi-finals of the 2018 World Series. Yes, we are a little overdue. Please no hate. By the way, there's also a whole bunch of 1.6 replays that we're super keen to do, but we thought we should have finished off the World Series.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this semi-final, then we'll do the grand final, and then that'll be it for the World Series anyway.
And hopefully in fairly short order as well. That should be the new General Sherman hashtag, late but worth the wait.
Ooh.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be assault helixes are good. Would you tweet that out?
Yeah.
Dominator clearly
He's
would.
not wrong. I think you would. I'm just like, it's like, why is there more than 5 tank hunters? Oh, China infantry.
Oh, he gets a couple of gets one crush.
And the helix has to acquire the technical.
There's no bunker.
Barracks goes down. Did a minigunner get in? I don't think a minigunner got in. No minigunner. Okay, that's a problem.
There's the bunker.
Bunker upgrade's done. But this is going to be really hard to deal with RPGs without those 2 minigunners. That was super important. I love that Sexiee sniped the barracks because he noticed that he got one of the minigunners, or at least got the crush on it. And
Nice.
yeah, based on that, like, took out the barracks. So I'm not sure what's inside that helix, but it's not exactly what Dominator wanted. He is down a couple of units.
So rebuild that barracks.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Not only is the initial helix not at full capacity, the second one's going to be much harder, and even this bunker isn't garrisoned, so just denying that barracks makes things a lot harder. Took out the oil, though, was really clever by Dominator. He knew that there was no way he'd get any damage done. There were quads, there were RPGs, so he just got the free harassment, took the oil derrick down. A nice little play.
Yeah, really smart. Let's see if he is watching back in base, though, because there is a sneaky tunnel network going down on the left-hand side. He's going to have vision of it with the bunker. Just depends if he scrolls over in that area. Plus, Sexie's moving units down to support this. Already rolling down RPGs to take out this bunker. Taking full advantage of the fact, again, that Dominator has no minigunners. This is really smart.
The tunnel's about to complete. There is a war factory, however, so he will have flame tank as an option. There's 4 quads on the field. Great scooting by Dominator. Doesn't commit with his helix.
Unit lost.
There's the minigunner. Hopefully going to jump inside the helix. What's it going to be? We don't have any MiG production. Okay, it's an outpost. That's good.
We will also provide healing for the helix.
It's a weird evac, though. Does get a very nice concave, I suppose, freely set up. And go for counter harassment with the helix is nice. I wonder how many quads are back at base.
Well, it looks like there's nothing there to defend.
RPG getting targeted. Nice retarget from Dominator with the tank hunters. All 3 quads go down.
Really good clumping of those vetted up, horde bonus tank hunters. Down goes the helix, however. Took out a tunnel, but it's a pretty costly throwaway, but still a pretty even trade, actually, because down the south, Sexiee lost a lot of quads, but there's more on the way. Toxin tunnel in a fantastic position.
Counter micro from both of our players here is amazing. You saw there, Sexiee waited to pop quads until he saw Dominator actively micro on the other side of the map and then popped. As soon as Dominator retargeted one of the quads, he knew the helix wasn't being looked at. Okay, the forward tunnel network has been cleaned up. Remember, there was a second one. It's further up at the oil derrick. No backup tunnel as of yet, and there are 2 outposts. It's going to be really awkward for the quads to pop into this. I like that Sexie's pulling them, kind of splitting them around the tunnel network. He can't pop while the outposts are there.
Toxin Rebels going to make a big difference to gun down the infantry as they spawn.
Just buying time for the cap, wants to get that refund. I think Dominator can deny this one. It's really awkward to snipe the Rebel from this angle. Great zoning.
If the outpost
Did he get it?
gets blown up, well, big quad pop here. Gonna lose all the RPGs or the tank hunters inside of that one. The old Derek capture does complete. So definitely great harassment there prevents Sexiee from getting both of those oils. But yeah, with the toxin attacks, if the outposts get their shell cracked, everything inside just immediately dies.
Yeah.
So it's really good having that attack down if you can.
Plus, they actually do okay damage against the
Too
outpost.
deep, too deep.
Just in
So
case.
like that.
Yeah.
That toxin tunnel just murdered those infantry as they spawn. Still killing a few quads, so not the end of the world. Sniping the oil would be great if he can.
Nice backup tunnel from Sexiee. He's playing so well.
The right flank's being pushed with tunnels and actually a forward supply as well. So Dominator is starting to get contained in his base.
Sexiee just wants to split the pressure. Dominator has a lack of units. Like, the production is pretty good, has the propaganda center finished as well, but limited in his ability to push out en masse. It's mainly just relying on these outposts by themselves before General's powers start coming online. Lotus pushing out is good, but I don't think she can get this cap without getting denied. There's a Toxin Rebel inside of this garrison.
There's a Super Lotus,
Super Lotus
though,
is going to be quick enough.
and there's outposts nearby, so I'm sure it'll be a capture. Now, will we see any Inferno cannons to try and siege these tunnels? ECMs are going to be helpful, but it's mostly quads and even just the toxin damage itself.
I tell a fib as well. It was actually an RPG inside of the garrison, not Tox Rebel, so which is probably why we didn't see Sexiee try and contest.
Yeah, they
It's
probably all
quad pop
died.
on the left.
There it is. Very cautious.
Good micro. Nice from Dominator. Needs to pull back. ECM's in a bit of danger, but the hole is down.
He also has to be careful about buggies and battle buses. Okay, big quad pop. The tunnel hasn't been finished off, so he can evacuate back in. Loses a few quads for his troubles. Hasn't finished off the forward tunnel either.
Try and snipe down the oil derrick. I think that's the right move. Sexiee is losing control over this position, and there are much more important things to hold with the supply on the right-hand side now.
Oh, it loses the ECM.
Well, these ground units should be finished off quite shortly. Important to keep the numbers of RPGs and quads down. Even if Dominator doesn't take a perfect engagement, just needs to make sure Sexiee doesn't have enough units to launch a counterattack. He's not really in a position where he can defend.
Oh, pretty safe game so far.
Yeah, it looks like Sexie's just going to chokehold this game.
Yeah, I like how he's not going both central supplies and also black markets. Sometimes you see that. You see too much of an eco investment and they just get run all over. But it's a pretty slow eco from Sexiee in terms of he's not overcommitting to it. Also, it has the palace sending out some angry mobs. Not so effective against the bunker because of the minigunner, however.
Yeah. Nice defensive position from Dominator. Nice to see the minigunner is there. Lotus has snuck through. That's good.
Yeah, Lotus can... A nice stinger start's going to make it a little bit harder, but can get a few captures if she flanks around and doesn't get caught by any tunnels. Pretty decent army of outposts and ECMs, and even with a dragon tank mixed in just for extra siege power to clear these buildings.
Sexiee doesn't really have a defensive setup against the Lotus. His forward positions are well covered, but he's a little bit too spread out to have enough tunnel networks to deny Lotus stealth. And Dominator also pushing on the left-hand side, maybe waiting to bait out a bit of micro.
How good's our map awareness? We're putting it to the test right now. Left flank's being pushed. Very strong outpost army. Right side, Jarman's on the field. Quad
Right side
pop
still being
there.
harassed. Lotus isn't moving.
Yeah, Lotus is just taking her time.
She really needs to go for something right now. Like, see, Dominator's right side flank is getting pushed. It doesn't matter because he's lost the supply is empty. It's not a big deal, but does need to make some action happen before these units.
Prop center
push.
is very exposed. I'm not sure why it's all the way over there. You'd think putting it around here would have been a better choice, but Dominator is on the offense. Not many tunnels here, though they may complete. Looks like they're about to.
Lotus is in position to start the captures.
Nice.
So that's the best position the Lotus can get into to go for Palace and Arms Steal. It's just when Lotus decides to start capping.
Oh, Jarman's here too. This isn't going well for Dominator.
Yeah,
He
it's
has
a big
to pull
problem.
back.
I don't think Dominator can even bait this one.
He has the detection, but the minigunner's range is much less, so it's harder for them to actually dive the Jarman.
Yeah.
Still mining from the center is Sexiee.
It's like, I don't know if Lotus went, there's a bit of movement on the right-hand side with Lotus, but she hasn't started caps yet. It's a big quad push as well. Maybe that's going to be enough.
Oh, he just
Dominator's gonna
GG's.
GG, yeah, okay.
Yeah, double central
are
supply.
victorious.
There wasn't really any way he was going to play through that. The left side was crushed. His base was going to get all in, so... GG, well played. That was a great game by Sexiee. He just had really good tunnel defense. Actually, the biggest mistake was Dominator. He wasn't able to punish that or prevent the tunnel on the left side, the bottom left, and then it was just an uphill battle trying to clear that out because of how good Sexie's micro was.
Yeah, it was really cool. Good to see. That was a great chokehold game on TD. Really well timed by Sexiee. Like the supply came up at the right time, and the Palace came up at the right time, and tunnel networks were up at the right time, and he wasn't really in any kind of danger for the duration of that match. And Dominator realizes that Sexie's just playing well, and Dominator being behind just couldn't make a comeback happen. But we're in the second game of this series. Dominator as our GLA vanilla.
And Sexiee is also the GLA vanilla. And we just recently casted a CNC3 match on this map in that equivalent. That was a really cool game. We saw the operations center, which is one of the tech buildings used to deploy and then sell off immediately to spawn a squad of Black Hand, which gives you that elite flamethrower squad. Overall though, I think the sell mechanic in Zerara is actually more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it has that timer on it, it's not instant. And so it means you really have to think about, should I sell it? Should I not? There's more tension involved. I believe the way that works in CNC3 though is, and probably even Red Alert 3, is that the more damage the building has taken, the less money you get.
Right.
So there's still that decision making involved. But the fact that it's instant doesn't quite have as much tension.
I like repairs as well.
Almost.
They're a bit of fun. You wish terrorist was hunting for a worker, but unfortunately will not find one. Dominator went for side tunnel networks rather than central ones.
Yeah, good point about the repairs, actually, because when you're repairing a structure, it means you have a weak unit nearby, a dozer or a worker, and then you can snipe that repairing unit. Whereas in CNC3, you can't do anything to prevent the magic giant sky wrench.
Yes.
That's just patching up
out.
your stuff.
Yeah, no, it's great. And plus the repairs actually matter as well. Like if you have a worker repairing a structure, it's like really annoying. It throws off, lethal damage on that structure by a lot. Like repairs really do matter. It's very cool. So it looks like it's just technical movement here from Dominator, going to lose one. The technical is not a big deal. It was more over a scouting expedition. And has taken control from the looks of things of the south, which is better. Dominator wants the south, went for flanking tunnel networks. It's going to sneak through too. Oh, nice.
Now, bear in mind, you can't attack over those supplies, so it's actually not as vulnerable as you may think.
Good play from Sexiee. That was a very, very nice preemptive worker movement.
Okay, I think it's calmed down a little bit here. Tunnels being built on both corners, but going for a third supply would be incredibly risky in a GLA mirror.
Yeah.
Just so easy to lose them all to those mass crushes. Good crushes here prevents the RPGs from getting inside the building. These supplies are yet to be claimed, however.
Maybe a little over-ambitious of Sexiee looking to push up a tunnel network on that side, but I suppose worth the check.
There's no oils. There's spikes here in CNC3. I guess there's a third supply instead.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. This is a bit better. Pretty good. 4 workers. Looks like he was just about to get one, but got the rest in a quick succession. So
Good to see Dominator attempting the harassment a second time. Now Sexiee with more to worry about. Didn't have the opportunity to move those workers to safety.
These workers are exposed and there's no tunnel nearby. However, there is 4 technicals on the way.
There's the scout from Dominator as well. Sees the 3rd supply go up, and Dominator has actually started his 3rd as well. So no real room for Dominator to punish that, having already started the 3rd supply as well. Couldn't go for any kind of 2-base production on technicals while Sexiee was still weak on worker count.
4th supply for both players. Dominator is in a slightly better position because he has tunnels near his opponent's 4th, where Sexiee does not. Might be great to see some demo traps. The choke points is pretty small here. Also some scorpions with scorpion rockets might be a good idea. There's a lot of technicals. Good crushes here. 2 workers. Actually, keeps the technical alive. But he may lose it just because it's wounded. Nope, gets away.
Right. It's the danger worker standing there as well. It's like, did I build the demo trap?
Here's the oils in the middle. And that actually double oil. Sexiee's looking for them. Dominator doesn't have vision on them.
Maybe the front one?
Yeah, he has vision on that, but he can't see the units. Did he get more crushes? It looks like he must have done.
A couple more. Wow, it's 4 supply double cap from Sexiee. I'm pretty sure this only works if he gets both of those. Oh, he's on 2k cash. Not bad, actually. Okay, and is about to just bank up another 2k. This is a really dangerous point for Dominator because Sexiee is about to have so much more cash. There's a fake arms dealer here. He can go for Palace. Oh, that's an awesome deny. Well played, Dominator.
Doesn't deny this one. But pretty good so far.
This push timing is great from Dominator. Sexiee is so low on units.
Nice destroy of the oil. Now, we have Scorpions, so he has the economy for it, and he has the production. So, Scorpion spam's going to be great here. There, we already have Scorpions on the field. Maybe he'll deny the oil. Nope, doesn't get it in time.
Okay, Dominator doesn't need to throw everything away here. He still has the better composition with those RPGs in the back line. Scorpions don't have rockets yet. There's a rocket upgrade. It is done. Hopefully this oil goes down. Should start sniping that one soon. There's a Scorpion down before another rocket comes online. Targeting the oil, Derek, but that means that Sexiee gets a better engagement.
He's repairing the oil. Well, a little overcommitting there from Sexiee. This is his vetted technical. More quads being rallied in. We must have a second war factory here. No, we don't, but we have a palace. So we'll see buggies versus mass Scorpions.
And Dominator is paying this knife edge. He doesn't want to throw away all these units just to take out the oil, Derek, but I think that might have been the best move.
Well, he'll have buggies, so he won't have to commit to it to take it out. Even getting the refinery is really nice. That'll make his buggies and his quads cheaper.
Man, Dominator has nerves of steel. I would have been so close to just throwing away some of those quads and RPGs to take out the oil, Derek, but Dominator holds his nerve and just takes good engagements. Traded really evenly there. I guess happy with his bottom position, given there's 3 tunnel networks defending this refinery, and it's really important that he still has units, otherwise this refinery does get pushed and it goes down, potentially the front flank gets pushed and goes down.
Well, big pop. Man,
Very
if there was a Scorpion rocket there, that would have been deadly.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
But he obviously, it was deliberate, he knew the Scorpions were here. He's popping from it now, but it's okay because the rockets are down.
Yeah, one of these back rockets is up, and it looks like Dominator's mainly going to dodge that. In one quad going down is not a big deal. Repops from the top. Can maybe even start pushing some of these tunnel networks. I guess we'll see.
Black market being built.
It's actually it's a battle bus here.
3rd war factory.
Wow.
3rd arms dealer.
What?
He wants mass Scorpions.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if he can support that. I mean, maybe with 4 supply, maybe that works. But these supplies are going to start running out. I don't know if that's the most efficient use of funds from Sexiee, but I guess if you have the cash, you spend it. Pretty low.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think this production is fine, but these supplies are going to run out, and then there's going to be an extra arms dealer for no reason. Really nice battle bus positioning.
Doesn't send it to the middle, but he may just completely crush this corner position. And the corner is very valuable, but there's so many Scorpions. The battle bus needs to try and kite those rockets.
They've already used their burst onto one of the quads. Feels like maybe now is the time for Dominator to disengage. And this micro is insane. All the quads are getting sniped, and he's staying outside the range of the Scorpions. But he got the Scorpions!
Yeah,
no!
there it is. Battle bus does get taken out. Loses all the RPGs because there was just so many rockets. Man, he only had one tunnel left as well. He had this backwards tunnel, but that wouldn't have saved the supply. Now the whole army's cleaned up.
Man, one miss micro from Dominator and it gets thrown. That was the one thing that he had to avoid in order to win the engagement, was the Scorpion rockets 100 to 0ing the battle bus, including the shell on the ground. Because if the shell stays up, the Scorpions don't have enough damage without rockets to take that thing out sometimes, but the burst from Sexie's huge. Turns out the 3 arms dealer production works. Sexiee gets just enough Scorpions out in time to deal with Dominator's army.
Yeah, and that battle bus was probably within range of the arms of the supply. So again, even if that was immobilized, it wouldn't have mattered. But now we're seeing the triple Scorpion production transition into a triple buggy production. So this is where Sexiee starts getting out of control. Buggy ammo upgrade is completed. Another battle bus goes down. Loses it full of units too.
Yikes. And Sexiee has the buggy advantage as well. And Dominator might be out of another one.
Whoa.
This is great
Was
play.
that looked like a what are they called? Demo truck?
Bomb truck, yeah.
Bomb truck, yeah. I knew that wasn't right. More buses being built. Command center as well, but maybe Dominator has more black markets, though not too sure that's the case. He only has
I don't think
2.
So I had to roll them out.
But these corner supplies are so important. Not only do they have heaps of supplies in them naturally, but just GG's. Well, yeah, I mean, I respect that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Just because that could have gone on for ages.
You can not only you got to give the Sexiee the props for winning, but you can give player a certain amount of props for knowing when to GG. Like there's a certain level of skill that you have to have in 0 hour to know when the moment is to GG.
Yeah.
And Dominator just hits it perfectly every time. He's like, I see, I've lost this game, and GG's out.
Yeah,
so,
and I think when you're playing in a best of 9 series like this, you don't want to get tilted, and playing dragging out a GLA mirror that you know you're gonna lose
sucks.
Because those GLA mirrors can take a long time to close out with all the tunnels, the barricades, and so forth. And then you start your next game, and then you're just burnt out because you're just like, oh, I just lost. But that was a really well played game by Sexiee. Dominator was a close. Like we said, that battle bus could have changed it because then he would have taken out the supply. Then that would have shifted the eco. He wouldn't have been able to support his triple arms dealer. But now we are on game number 3. Dominator is our GLA stealth.
His opponent, Sexiee, the USA Vanilla.
Vanilla Gorilla. Choco
What's
Malt.
up. That's what's up.
Malt. Anyway, double supply here. So this is a map where you can go with very strong aggression with the USA. The no eco, Humvee drops, whatever you want to do. Sexiee, however, decides not to.
Yeah, instant double supply from Sexiee. Just going to be a very, very standard US opener in the looks of things. The one Chinook is... Oh, he's faking it? Is he faking it? That's cool. Is Chinook coming in?
Oh, here we go.
No, dropping the dozer for the crushers. Okay, that's fine. That's a weird play to make on this map because there are so many of these little kind of hut watchtower garrisons. What are they called? There's actually a name for it. What? Was that civilian buildings?
It's funny because
Right.
here's a construction dozer.
Yeah.
You think the dozer would be able to just completely demolish this pathetic little hut.
Yeah, that's it.
But
plus,
no.
plus buff dozers.
Nice
they should
terrorist,
at least
though.
be able to crush grass huts. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, nice
for.
Humvee too. Takes out the terrorist, which means that the worker cannot complete that. Has a spy drone, so he can gun this one down. And there's actually a stealth rebel, which will get detected.
Okay.
However, this tunnel does complete in the corner. So, but denying that one tunnel is really, really good.
Yeah, that's a cool adaptation on the play. It's that you drop the dozer, but it doesn't even matter if it gets denied because you got a V coming to support that. I like that adaptation from Sexiee. It's rare that we see that. I suppose this is a nice map for it.
Nice, denies that one. He may deny this rebel and the worker too, so really good aggression. He's just sending out vanilla Vs with spy drones to just gun things down. Still, this tunnel is going to complete, or so it seems, and this one's already done. And those are the most important ones because they're covering the supplies. they're also covering those arty platforms, and they're pretty close to an attack path into your base.
Dude, I don't know what this Hellfire drone is doing. You realize the V for this Hellfire drone is all the way with the other V down the bottom? I didn't know that was what the interaction was with Hellfire drones. I thought they had to follow at some point.
I don't know. Maybe there's like a
Tigrate acquisition. There isn't.
Maybe there's like a force fire override that you can do. Now it takes that one down.
Nice though.
Did he actually? Yeah, he cancelled the tunnel, so loses the worker anyway. Now these buildings aren't that strong, so a lone RPG in that hut isn't exactly scary. However, that could be scary. Nope, it's just a tech RPG, but still can be a threat. Has an ambo, nice little micro, puts the wounded Humvee behind, and now the tow missile's complete.
Dominator playing very safe with this tech RPG, which is an interesting choice. Also, that was okay. Maybe worried about a push. The supply got cancelled and went for a tunnel network instead. I'm guessing he was scared about the push.
Yeah,
there's too many Vs on the map. That's a fair call. Weird that the technical pulled back north, because that kind of sells to Sexiee that there's something going on up there. Otherwise, there would be no reason to not pull those back towards the supplies.
So I like this double firebase because he's going for this really powerful Humvee blob. He's worried about a counterattack, tech RPG, tech terror, whatever it is. And so having the firebase there, it's not going to prevent you from a tech terror, but it will prevent you from tech RPGs just lingering.
And quad RPG as well. It buys you time for quad RPG, so.
Well, okay, big technical army. I think that was just a barracks on the ground, so not very important. He's actually caught between two armies.
Oh, this is great.
This one, however, is quite weak, so it's just empty technicals. He can just power through it. As long as he avoids the RPGs, then he's okay.
Pretty good from Dominator. Sexie's microing it well.
Tunnels are very spread out.
Yeah, they're getting trapped. These Humvees are getting trapped.
If he can get a full patch of workers, he might be okay. But he has to be careful of the splash damage.
Yeah, the Humvee's getting... I think, yeah, this is it. Nice play. But the
evacs.
RPGs are a bit too far back. So the RPGs are too far back. Come on, you can do this, Dominator. Not that I root for anyone as a shoutcaster, but he's 3-0 down, and I think I want to see Dominator take this engagement. He's playing
this
really
is really
well.
good. Yeah, he crushes the missile defenders, RPGs, take out the Humvees. They're going to go down here. Nice.
Okay, good play. It took a little bit longer than I thought for Dominator. I think he could have done that better, but still good. Like, dealt with it, denied the V army. But Sexiee bought a lot of time, so has built another one up, but it's still a good deny from Dominator. He set that up really well. The flank with the initial couple of technicals to drop off all the RPGs force Sexie's Vs into a really awkward position. And that's a hard thing to do on such an open map, is to cut off your enemy's Vs.
Well, the USA actually has more eco. He has the double oil derricks in the middle and search and destroy,
no.
and he has a pretty scary Humvee army. Not all of them have missile defenders, however, but still,
Yep.
this is a really scary push. Going for the tunnels up here. Oh, don't want to pop all those. Well, he's going for the technical pop. Let's see. Good snipe there. He just has to be careful of getting splashed and losing all of the technicals in one go.
Yeah, no missile defenders kind of make sense. I was thinking, like, that's a little bit too much cash for Sexiee, and that's a little too far forward to have a dozer, but lack of missile defenders makes sense. And for a fire base, that's cool.
I see your arty post and I raise you one.
Who wins in a 1v1?
I mean, the arty post probably has more health.
Right. Are they the same damage?
I have no idea.
I would think they might have the same damage type, but...
But it's clever because it means the technicals can't chase after the Humvees.
Yeah.
Because if they get clumped up, the firebase there... I think he denied the cap as well. So really good map control from Sexiee. Dominator only now getting a third supply.
The Burton's an interesting choice. I'm not sure what the idea is there.
Where was the Burton?
Burton's chilling near the Vs, or at least he was chilling near the Vs. I think he just climbed up. He's on the cliff.
Oh, that's Burton.
Trying to 1v1 a tunnel.
Yeah, we don't recommend you 1v1 a tunnel.
Yeah.
That's a shame. He could have maybe TNT'd the supply in the back. Well, this is just critical mass of Humvees. This is where you really want to have buggies. Well, we have one buggy, a singular buggy.
Uno. Buggy.
Heinz.
Uno buggy should maybe not play that far forward, but...
Well, he's been a pretty baller buggy.
Yeah,
But it doesn't save his tunnels, and thus he won't save his supply. More units on the way. Buggy goes down.
Hunted. And all these oils are still up as well.
Yeah, and the USA rarely gets the eco advantage over a GLA. If the USA is getting more money than the GLA, that's just not a good spot to be in, especially if they have that many Humvees. Because Rock Vs are just so cost efficient, USA players can typically play with a economy disadvantage. Good buggies though. He has 3 of them. No ammo upgrade, but a little bit too far forward. I went okay there to start with, but then he lost all his buggies.
2 go down. The buggy production continues. No double buggy ammo yet. Oh, I don't know. This is a very baller buggy play from Dominator. I would like to see him build up a bit of critical mass. He needs at least enough buggies to sniping down Vs. That's when that's when the GLA's in a better position. When you can burst 1 V down, it's much better. Wow.
It's going to be hard to use. He just UGs. It's going to be hard to use the buggies with those 5 aces. I'm pretty sure they one-shot them and they do splash. So Sexiee is playing out of his mind. This is Dominator we're talking about, and he's no scrubber dub.
No, he's not, and I don't think that was necessarily a skill matchup. It was more that hold on before we go into the next one. Let's just finish the recap. Good. I think it was not only the fact that it wasn't really a skill disparity there in terms of the gameplay, like with Dominator and Sexiee. It was a better game plan. Sexiee just had the better game plan. He went into that. He had the dozer drop to deny the caps. Then he followed that up with a V, and then he had V aggression, and he chained that into oil caps. Like
Yeah.
it was purely game plan. Like that's what won him.
And it's very
games.
momentum based. If that
Yeah.
first tunnel was able to complete, then it would have been much harder for Sexiee to do stuff. But denying that initial tunnel and then just continuing to deny all caps, deny workers, just put the GLA in a bad spot. We're gonna wrap up the video here
Well, it was
and
just
do part 2.
it was an editing slot that I wanted to get to put
Right.
in for whoever edits
Well-
the video, because the last couple have been. I'll explain the process. We always like to give a bit of behind the scenes. So in terms of like editing this, because we're gonna cast it all in one block, it's nice to have natural stopping points in the video in order to edit in. But the last 2, me and the machine have talked through the end of the replay, through the replay load screen, and into the next game,
So then
which makes it impossible to edit.
the game
so,
the video ends on the start of the next game. It's
Yeah.
also a good point to stop the recording, in case blue screen of death or whatever.
Yeah.
So thanks
We'll
for
focus on
watching.
that.
We will return with part number 2 of Dominator versus Sexiee. Thanks for watching, and you can support us on Patreon if you want to see us continuing to post all these videos.
Thank you very much.